Well, the bent grass came out really nice. I'm really happy with the way it looks. So the yard itself is coming along fine. Still dealing with some broadleaf weeds, the dandelions, but so whoever lived here before me apparently used a lot of weed killer because these things are very resistant. And I have found one item they're not resistant to, so I'm going to be using it. And it's been working so far pretty good. It's really kind of curtailing them. So anyway, the okra has been doing really well. I've been cutting a lot of okra off of it. That's real important when you get okra plants like this. You want to keep them cut back as much as you can. And what that's going to do for you is allow the plant to grow and be a lot more hardy. So definitely with your okra, keep it cut. Let it get big so it can produce a lot. Now, like on here, I'm seeing several small okra, and I just need to cut those back so it'll keep producing plenty of plant, because later on it'll give me plenty of okra. By the way, I promised some ground to table videos. Well, just did one. We did one on par frying, and that video used some of this okra. So take a look at that if you haven't seen it already. We're going to look at the back garden. I don't know about my artichokes, what's going to happen with them this year, if anything, or what I'll have to do later to get better plant production. We'll see. Artichokes are new to me. Well, my peach tree is getting a lot bigger. The nectarine has come along really well too, and the same kind of grass treatment we did back here. So it's coming along. Now, I want to take a look inside the garden. So let's see what we can do back here. Now, got a lot of things growing really well. We've had a lot of rain lately. So there's my bolting garlic. I don't worry when things bolt. I don't cut them out or anything. I just let them do their thing. That's fine. Sometimes I'll harvest seeds, sometimes not. It depends on the plant, if I'm used to it or not. Now, my tomatoes, oh, look down there. We've got some red tomatoes going on right down below down here. Oh, some really nice looking stuff. So, we'll look around on the other side here. Hey, if you're ever interested in my recipes on the written ones, this is what they look like. They're available at S.A.Trotter.com. This one you can get for free. It's my cinnamon rolls recipe. Take a look at that, and there's a bunch more on there. They're really well written, lots of notes, and they're all numbered, so it's easy to follow. Take a look. You're gonna like my recipes. It's every bit as detailed as my videos. There we go. I just realized my ISO was a bit low, so I brought that up, or in the world of photography, they would call that gain. Right down here, we got red tomatoes going on right in the back there. And so, looking forward to that. And I want to test on the other side of this one that's kind of sickly. We're going to see how that tomato's coming along, because I had one getting red over there. Okay. Pardon my filming, the way it's going. There it is, right down here. Little red tomato going on right down there. And that's the guy we're looking for. So I'm gonna reach out, I wanna tug it slightly. Okay, see how it didn't pop off? It isn't ripe yet. Okay, we're gonna let it still ripen up. Now over here, look at this, we got clusters. Like I told you before, these things will be dripping with tomatoes. There's another one up in there. And there are groupings of them all over the place. When you start lifting the vines and stuff, you start seeing clusters of tomatoes buried up inside of this. So yeah, there's tomatoes going on. Okay, got onions. The asparagus is doing its thing very slowly. These tomatoes back here, I'm not seeing much production on them yet. I'm getting good flowering. I'm working my best to get them to pollinate, but haven't seen production, so we'll see what happens there. The fennel bulbs down here, they're growing substantial. Okay, now broccoli, this year's broccoli bolted, And haven't pulled it out yet, haven't removed it. And I'm still fighting some of the bugs that may destroy my cabbage, what little I might get out of it, if I get any. The problem is it's getting too late in the season. Those are cold weather crops, or cool weather as they call them. And so it's likely I won't get anything, but it was fun even though I didn't pull anything off. Now down here, like I said, on a few, there's hope, but nothing substantial. All right, so anyway, garden update. It's going pretty good. So behind me, I've got red tomatoes going on back here. Underneath here, we've got clusters going on all over the place, and more growing further out where I had other blooms there. And then there's more up here where I had other blooms. So here's another cluster that's forming right here, little baby tomato. So there's just groups of them all the way up on these. Tomatoes doing good on these, all right. I'm gonna have tomatoes this year. We're gonna be making some neat stuff with those tomatoes. Now folks, if you wanna try gardening, if you've never done it before, don't make it too hard. Just start with a small patch, dig up the dirt, turn the soil, and stick a seed in there. You don't have to do anything special to put a seed in the ground. You don't have to buy amendments or anything else. It'll grow better if you do, but it'll still produce if you don't. So if you want something neat, stick a squash seed in the ground or something like that. Watermelons get really big. Read the instructions on these things. Sometimes they spread, they take up a lot of space. Onions are really slow to develop. Okay, some things need colder weather, like the cold crops, cabbage, broccoli, things like that. Okay, that's the way it is. Well, garden's coming right along. Texas Cooking Today, appreciate you watching. Stick around for a minute and I'll show you these recipes up close. We'll take a close look at them. That way you know what you're getting if you decide you get one of those. And by the way, if you have suggestions for my garden or anything else, just put them down in the comments box down below, and it's very appreciated. For everybody that watches, thank you. Please subscribe, click that like button, and folks, thank you very much. Bye-bye. We're out in my garden today, and I wanted to show you what one of my recipes looks like. These are available on my website. They're available as a PDF that you download. This is the cinnamon rolls recipe. This has a nice picture of what you're going to make. Description tells you what you're making and gives you a good ingredients list that's easy to follow. It's bullet pointed. On the ingredients, on the instructions, they're all numbered. And you get some pictures sometimes that'll show you what you need to do. Now on this one, you get a lot of pictures because there's a lot going on in this recipe. Okay. There we go. All of these are designed to be printed this way back to back so you can put them in a book if you want and make your own book. All right, and this way you get a book that's filled with the recipes you're interested in rather than a book that has 3 or 4 recipes you're interested in and a whole bunch you've never seen before. Folks, that's the way it works. On the back, always give lines for notes. There's your free recipe. Go and get that on my website. We're worth their time. And thank you very much for taking a look at that. Thank you very much for watching Texas Cooking Today. And you folks, just have a good day, okay? Bye-bye.